All right, I'm live, trying to survive, making money with Bitcoin, making money with everything. But right now, the focus is on Bitcoin. So, coming through live stream, you know what to do. Once you once you get in, get the information, use it to your benefit. So, what I want to do is see everybody make a lot of money, right? Because that's one of my favorite features about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is that I feel like it was set up to make money for everybody. I feel it was set up with the intention that if you understand it and you can look at it from the long term, that it's gonna make you rich, if not wealthy, and that's why it was created. Um, I mean, and you look at like the dollar has been devaluing steadily, if not devaluing more recently within the past year, and pretty much every other currency. And you look at who controls the dollar, a government, whether it's the U.S. dollar, whether it's the euro, it's a government that controls it. So basically each government's gonna want their dollar to be stronger. They're gonna want their dollar to be stronger against other dollars. They're going to do political things that might or might not be right compared to whose opinion it is. And yeah, I mean, I don't see it as a game where, people are going to get rich or people are going to become wealthy by holding any kind of government currency. The people who the people who become wealthy when people hold these government currencies are, a small portion of the population, like bankers, mainly central bankers. The people who control the central bank. So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, no one controls it. There's no organization that controls it. It was created, in my opinion, with the intention to get money for everybody. So yeah, what I want to do right now is I want to look at the price. I want to look at what's happened, where it was, where it is, where I think it's going to go, and why. Um, so yeah, if this is valuable information for you, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So that way in the future, when I come through with information that isn't right now might be critical to the time that you watch it, you will get notified quicker. So, more knowledge, more money, more freedom, more strength, more money, more ability to help people, more money, more ability to make the world better for everybody. So, something that, depending on the way you look at it, might be good or bad is that Bitcoin just went down about $10,000 in about a 24-hour period, something I've never seen it do before. I mean, that's went down from like $42,000 to like about $30,000 in about, within 48 hours. Um, I feel like, this was expected. Like I was thinking that it was more of a possibility than not, which is why I'm glad that it happened. I started taking profit before it crashed, and I was actually worried that maybe I took a little bit too much profit. But now I'm wishing, obviously, that I would have taken more profit. But that's how it goes, and like this is gonna happen again and again. And each time that it happens, I get a lot better at not reacting to it, but kind of being ready ahead of time for what the possibilities are. So I already had orders that hit at 30,000, but I didn't buy back everything that I sold because I think that there is a possibility that it could go lower. But either way, I'm going to keep an eye on it. Like right now, every couple hours, because I mean, the moves that it's making right now are like when I like last night, I put in an order for a couple orders and the one that hit first was just above $30,000. And when that hit, within like an hour or two, it was already up like 10%, and then came right back down again almost to the 30. But yeah, I mean, so in the past, I would not have played that so well, but I can still look back at the situation and see that there's a lot that I could have done differently to become more profitable. And I did realize from being through these cycles before that how important it was, to pay attention when it got to certain crucial levels, and just to know, like, when to get in, when to get out, stuff like that. And I would say to like the beginners, the people who just got in, um, which I saw that coming in a way. I was like, okay, well, a lot of people are going to be getting checks right now. The news is super bullish about it. Everyone, there's a fear and greed index, and it was saying it was people are being very greedy. I'm like, man, I think a lot of people are gonna, they're kind of leaving this propped up. Probably a lot of people that are gonna put in a lot of money right now and then crash it. Hopefully, that they can shake those people out, get them to sell for a lot lower, and then the price will go back up again. So yeah, this is good news either way that I look at it, because for one, I already got made a profit from basically shorting it. For two, it could go lower and I could buy in later for an even cheaper price. Um, but yeah, for somebody that like just bought it, like just got in for the first time, which I'm sure a lot of people did when it was like upper 30s or 40,000, thinking that it was going to go to like 50,000 or 100,000 within the next month or something. I would not sell. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I definitely see this as the time to buy right now, not a selling time. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of it. And then before I go into more like where I think the price is going to go next in the short term, and like the next maybe like week or two, and then looking at like the next month or two, because I think long term is at least 100,000. Within like the year, within a year's time, I think it'll hit that mark. But yeah, before I do that, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button. That lets me know people are getting value, and each time you hit that kind of stuff, then it sends a message to YouTube so that they'll show it to more people, and more people can get the information. More people can make money, and like I'm saying, my channel is not just about crypto. My channel is not just about um, money. Really, I feel like a lot of it is more like money mindset. A lot of it is my personal opinion on the way money and pretty much everything, either having money or not having money, works in life related to mindset. But yeah, this is just one way, and I mean, I'm a central theme to my channel is like multiple sources of passive income. This is just one source of passive income, but this is one source that I see is like it's time to focus the majority of my focus on this right now, just because of what's going on. Like I haven't really, like, I would say this was like kind of like in the back of my mind for the past like couple of years, ever since maybe like 2018, 2019, and I've just been like learning a little bit about it maybe every week or so. But definitely the last 2 weeks I've been paying a lot of attention to this, knowing that it's crucial to the return on the investment and passive income in the future and stuff like that. Because I'm looking at these moves right now, not like I'm gonna make like 10 or 20% with this like crash that it just did. What I'm looking at it is like I can generate more Bitcoin. Like I can increase the amount of Bitcoin that I have, because I see Bitcoin as being worth a lot more in the future. And I'm not looking at it like I want to make profits right now. I'm looking at it as like any kind of like profit that I make right now is just a profit that's going to increase the amount of Bitcoin that I have. So yeah, I was like, I'm sure like there's a lot of people that saw this and that they thought, like, oh man, I just lost like, 20% of my investment the first time I bought into Bitcoin. This thing is stupid, but that's like this is a very volatile, meaning like the price moves around a lot. Kind of like Tesla might be a good example for like the regular stock markets. But yeah, I mean, this is just something, this is something that I saw, and I think getting into where I think it's possibly going to go. I think right now, in the very short term, like the next couple of days, like we probably hit that bottom with like 30,000, and it's gonna probably go up to test around like basically the last range that we were before it crashed. So that will become resistance. So like the top of that range was kind of like 42,000. Bottom of that range is something like 40,000. So once it hits that, then it's going to be, I think most likely it'll go up to there. But that's where the next decision point is going to be. Looking at how quick it goes there. Like that's when I'll go and decide whether I think it's going to break through there, or whether I think it's going to come back down. And probably if it does come back down, I think it'll at least hit, the 30,000, the bottom that it hit this morning. But most likely it'll bounce around for a little bit and then go back down. And I think the real bottom target, which in my opinion would be really awesome if it happened, but I'm kind of skeptical. I'm looking at this like less than 50% chance that it'll go down to like the 25,000 range. But yeah, that would be awesome because I mean that's like 50% um lower price than what it was just 2 days ago. And yeah, I'm looking at if it were to break down below the 30,000 and go back down and go down back down to like 25,000 to 20,000. I think that would take maybe like a week or two, but nobody knows. This is just all speculation at the end of the day. Going off like my opinion basically, which I've been paying attention to this stuff for a while and understanding and learning how this price movement works, and points of resistance and points of support. But one thing I do have to say is, like I learned crypto before I learned the regular stock markets, and with the regular stock markets, I feel like it's more difficult to uh, to predict these moves based on like support and resistance. I think that there's probably more manipulation in the regular stock markets because there's more people trading there, and there's more like bigger institutional money. Like there's a lot more people that are have a lot of weight that can like move the price around by like buying or selling large amounts. So like with Bitcoin, like it's pretty awesome how the price moves between support and resistance for the most part. And like when you set up the trades and when you look at the charts, the trades usually turn out for the most part like pretty accurate. Whereas I feel like doing that with the stock market, it's definitely not nearly as accurate. There's a lot more manipulation for the most part to try and basically, you know, beat traders. Like, because at the end of the day, people who are doing the trading, they're all making money. Someone has to lose for them to win. So, yeah, I mean, I look at it as like, I don't want to spend my life trying to beat these people who their life is like sitting in front of the computer and doing this, 24 hours a day for years and years and years. I know that, that's not the game that I really want to get into. I would rather, you know, uh, make the majority of my money creating something that I think is going to benefit society, and then having this understanding to basically keep that money. Because, I mean, you look at the majority of people, and I mean like professional sports and stuff like that, they get a lot of money and then it's all gone in a little while. Like just going like what I've said before is like, money mindset is like it's easier to make a lot of money than it is to understand how to keep it and how to make it grow and how to make it work for you. Because yeah, the more money you have, the more it can work for you and the less work you have to do. It's gonna be the quote of the day. The more money you have, the less work you have to do, and the more that it can work for you. So yeah, really, uh, I guess if it does go back down to like the 25,000 to $20,000 range, then I think that I can't see it going below 20,000 after we broke that all time high. Bitcoin has never gone below the all time high after the next bull market has started. So that would break like every rule that Bitcoin's ever made. But even if it did, I mean, I would probably hopefully be able to buy more at that point and still be bullish long term. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments, probably going to end this pretty soon. So, just see if there's anything else I can really say right now about what's going on. Yeah, so I think like within the next like really short term, it bounced up this morning from like just above 30,000 to 34,700, and I think it could at least go to 35,000 before it hits the next level of resistance. So basically, it's very close to the next level of resistance. So if it breaks through that 35,000 to $36,000 range and breaks up above that, I think it's like very, very probable, like way more likely than not, that we'll at least make it back up to like, the like 38, 39,000 range. And then that's going to be the real test. So if you're watching this and you have money in this, you're trying to decide where to buy and where to sell. That's what you want to be watching for. Uh, watching for once can we break through that like $39,000 to $41,000 about resistance range. If yes, then it's probably going to go up a lot more. And if no, then yeah, it's very likely it's going to go down below that 30. So anyway, that's it for the day. Hopefully you got some value off of what I had to say. Coming through with new information with no delay. I'm out.